Hello YouTubers. Well, I may have found a problem. Can't get this thing out of here, so just kind of jump out, I guess. So as you can see, the Enterprise has no problem with the Daemog, just because of its design. All the feet that are at the back, you can see it's kind of like this, right? So the Daemog wants to drop in right there. So my other build, my new build, the one that you saw in the thumbnail, right here, which we need to change the name, by the way. This is now the Kenworth. But I think I need to move this back, so it doesn't conflict. Problem is, that's where my staircase is. Maybe I can put this landing bay facing backwards, and then I've got the docker here, and I threw some more cargo up here just to keep my cargo numbers up. Let's try that. Make it the home ship, and okay. It showed up over here. Alright, well, that's much better. Then is Bosco running his head through the... Oh no, he's walking around too, because he was getting stuck earlier. Alright, good. So I'll paint a couple of galleons red. Drop them in right there. There we go, I think we did it. We have enough cargo going on. Oh, then I have an error. What is it? Too few landing gear. Oh no. Alright, there we go. We've got galleons in here, and the weight is all measured out. We got windows galore. Got these fulminators on the top here, along with obliterators on the tips of the smokestacks. Kenworth. There it is. The Space Kenworth. Now this thing here, it has the J52 gamma drive, which has a whopping grav drive jump thrust of 50 and a grav drive health of 308. I believe that you need to have Starship rank 4 in design in order to get that engine. But that's the heart of the machine. We're going to do a ship build so that you can see how this is made. It'll be a little later in the video, but in the meantime, I want to see how it fights. I want to see what it looks like inside, and we're going to do a tour. So let's do a tour. We figured out that issue to do with the Daemog, so that's good. Parks it out here. Alright, well, we got to get in. In order to get in, we got to go a little further back here. Captain, let's get into the ship.
I am satisfied to see that you...
Kind of a hallway. This here has some windows right here on either side. And then this is the way out when we're attached to a space station. Then it comes to this room here. This room has, you can see the struts kind of stick through for the front legs or front engines. But then we also have a little kitchen over here, and then a door through to a bunk room. So it's more of a crew room, crew space back here, up in the front actually. And then at the back, we go through, we have another splitter. Now we can either go through straight to the hall into here, or we can go through this jalousie, and there's bathrooms on either side. We've got the pool table here, the big table. Got a let's open up the top here. You can see this will open up. And look at that. You can see the stacks. You can see the gun there. I call it the hitch gun because it looks like it's up on the hitch. And then you see the stacks with the guns up top. So that's pretty wild. I like that. And then back here we have this room, which has a window. see out the back. And then over here we have a examination room. So on the other side we have a little hydroponics set up here with a window, and then a gym over here. So you got a gym, little hydroponics set up, nice little waiting room, and a place to examine if needed. You can even use some of the equipment over here for working out. And there's a TV, so usually you can work out right here. Have a little bit of space. Bathrooms right there. So I like it. I like the layout. And the second floor has nothing on it. And then the third floor, it has this one door here, but it also has a window. This one has a window. Actually, no, it doesn't have a window, but it has a window out the back here, so you can kind of see the hitch gun. And then over here we have this unit here, which has the Rev 8. And in the Rev 8, so we have two windows here. And then you've got the spacesuit workbench, research, another window. Weapons, workbench, industrial bench, pharmaceutical lab. Then we go over here and then another set of windows, and then this is the hacker lab. So the hacker lab has again another window there. This would be fun for decorating, having these extra spaces. So that's that floor. And then on this floor again there's a window at the back. This is the fourth floor, and we walk straight into a armory, the Varun armory. See to the right here we have a warp core with a set of windows. There's a door there if I want to open that, and on the other side you can walk right through, and another window. Over here this is the Gal Bank, so this is just storing all the money. Lots of windows, and that's that floor. So weapons, warp core, and money. Probably should have a big vaulted door right there and say like authorized personnel only. So now we're looking out over the back and walk out here to a passageway. On this side we have a warp core with a couple of windows again. Over here we have a transporter room with a window, and then we enter into the bridge. So then we have the bridge, but then at the back of the bridge here you open that and we have a apartment. So this is for the captain's quarters. You can see on the left here we have a maroon shrine, so to pray. And then over here we have Sarah's room right there, and then we have another bedroom back here. So that is the ship. Now how does it fight? Well, it fights a little differently.
Escape trajectory plotted.
Like that, the engines pivot back. There it is, the space truck. Kind of has a Jeep front to it. In this case. Oh. Just narrowly missed the space station. So, let's go fight. So of course I usually go to Serpentis to do tests on ships, because they tend to be pretty accurate.
We're still in one piece.
You shall be judged.
Oh, there we go. Okay. So this is... Oh. What do I got going on here? I got a 24, so we want to take out the 24.
They've lost grav jump capability.
Okay, we got it. That was fun. So this one here, I don't want to have my auto guns take it out. And I'm using my right mouse button.
Fried their engines.
You
Sweet.
fried their engines. You fried their engines.
Yes, I did. You seem awfully surprised by that.
Green lights on outer hatch. We're docked.
I'm wounded. You're done.
Whoa. Right, the ship.
I promise shall live on. I've been stuck.
Well, that's great. So I can still steal ships and everything, which is what I wanted. But I wanted the auto guns, so the auto guns are just facing back, left to right. Alright. So unfortunately, I have to go all the way to the top of the ship. It's not in the most convenient location at the bottom there. But in order to do that, you have to have like the smokestacks, right? Isn't actually that bad. Big rig coming through.
You have met your doom.
64. Alright. He's worn down a little bit. Who's the other one? Oh, he's a 64 as well. So I want that first one.
Heretic brute. Damage sustained.
Done. Alright, let's see about this one.
You took out the
Took out the jump drive.
I
Yeehaw!
hope what they're carrying is worth all this trouble.
Of course it is.
Big mistake.
Pay for that.
Damn, I was just getting warmed up.
Well, here, get warmed up there. Because they're coming. Alright, YouTubers. Starfield players, well, I'm going to do a ship build next. So thanks for liking and subscribing. Thanks for coming back. And like and subscribe so you can get these ship builds. Especially cool ones like the Big Rig Kenworth build. Alright, well, in this video, we're going to start with the landing bay and the docker at the bottom. Now I have all this stuff here, but it's just in place, and we're going to Control Z our way through the build. So we've got a hauler cargo hold, the 20T, along with the 10T hauler cargo hold. Then we have a Hope Tech nose A port, nose A starboard, and then a pair of 4s in between to make the front bumper. They don't really attach, but they will attach onto the other stuff. You can see here I've got the struts, which are the Nova engine struts, and there's two of them on the front. There's an upper and a lower, and that's important because of the way that it attaches. The one on the lower is just there for looks, and the one on the upper is the one that actually attaches the engine to the frame. Next we have the rear suspension struts. Then we have the wheels, or the Hope 55 landing gear. And we have 6 of those. 2 at the front, 4 at the back. Then we have some ballista cargo holds along with the engines. So we're using the Avon Warp 2 engines, and we've got 2 of those. They act almost like rear lights. Then we have SPE ramps, which I'm using as fender flares. So they're the fenders, and then this one here is a companionway, which we're not using, but we're using it for the fender to get that fender look. On top of the fenders at the front, we have the equipment plates and alpha beams, the PB300s. Then we have more fenders. Then we have cargo over top. So you can see here we've got the 20T hauler cargo, and then goes down to these ramps, which we're not using as passageways. We do have a couple of rooms back here. We have the gym, and we have the Varun exam room. Over here we have the Galleon cargo hold, and they are basically what looks like tanks on the side of the Kenworth. So they look like the fuel tanks. They're meant to look like the fuel tanks, and it's just the Galleons. Deimos Bracer 4. So this is to go and attach this unit here, which is the Hope Tech cap, and this makes the hitch, or the what looks like a hitch. So the Deimos bumpers, along with the Hope Tech cap and the Deimos bracer. So these are what attaches it to this center structure. And then under here at the back we have the SPE mess hall. Then we have the companionway and a bathroom, SPE bathroom. And then we have the splitter. So this part here is for the smokestacks. We use a Hope Tech pipes, port bottom, port top, and starboard bottom. And they attach on the inside of these Galleon tanks, and then work their way back up in order to get the position correct. So next we have up front, we have an SPE all-in-one berth, and then attached onto that is a crew dormitory, and there was a passageway between the two, kind of making it one unit. Then we have a SPE splitter, and then we have the large window corridor, and the 5-story staircase, starboard. So the starboard one, so that way it's twisted so that you can walk through it from the back to the front. And then as you can see, I've got all these windows along here. So in the front here, this is important. This is the Hope Tech cap. So I use 4 cap in a circle like this, right? And then we attach some alpha beams, but then, so it goes basically from the crew dormitory to this Hope Tech cap, which then attaches to this Hope Tech cap, which then attaches to this cross, or this strut that's under here, which then attaches to the wheel. It's a bit of a weave around in order to get that in there, but this is also the engine mount. We have the Assurance SG 1800 shield generator, Finch 8Z reactor, and the Gamma Drive J52. So this is basically the engine of the vehicle. Then we have a Galleon cargo, another Galleon, and another Galleon. So this one is the S204 and this one is the S203. This pretty much has the maximum amount of cargo that these engines can support. You can throw on another engine, but then you need more landing gear, and if you have more landing gear, it kind of throws off the look. Now we've added a Stroud nose cap. Now it's not physically attached right now, but you can see here that the M40 Ulysses H3 tank, which I went and I picked the lower one, the 150. I do have access to a 250, but because I'm using 4 of them, I'm going to have 600 gas. So this is what looks like the lights. Then we have the Owltech Hacker Hab. So if you see here, it's still, these aren't attached yet. None of this is attached yet. So then the Owltech Hacker Hab along with the Trident Workshop hangar. So the bay kind of gets covered by the galleon, but I'm not too worried about it. Next is the HopeTech Riser A. And we have one on either side, and that's basically making what looks like smokestacks. We have the Owltech Main Engineering, along with the Varun Armory, and the Owltech Vault. Now we're doing the hood, the Stroud cap. So this is what attaches everything at the front, is these Stroud caps, along with the 4. And you can see I even have a hood ornament, which is a fulminator. And now everything is attached. Next is the next layer, and we have Owltech Main Engineering, Owltech Transporter Room, and a companionway, which leads from the 5th story of the staircase into the Cabot C4 bridge. And what's nice about the Cabot C4 bridge is it has that back door at the top to go to the next level, and that lets you go into the Varun Captain's quarters. And on either side I have Sarah's room, and I have a Varun shrine. So next is the rest of the smokestacks. So you can leave it like that. And then I added some equipment plates on the top because I thought that was a good point for my defense system, which is the Obliterator 250 MEV alpha turrets. I have one auto turret pointed behind me, one pointed left, and one pointed right. So then I have my fulminators pointed straight ahead. The fulminators act like lights along the top of a truck. So it's pretty good as far as, you know, you come up on them, use your forward alpha beams in order to go and work down their shields. You use the fulminators to go and knock out their engines. And then if you're getting attacked from the sides or from behind, you at least have a little bit of defense. So, and it's controllable since you can't really turn these off. Alright YouTubers, Starfield fans, well thanks for liking and subscribing, and come back for more Starfield ship builds.